Hello everyone, and thank you for joining today's IELTS class. You can see the reading passage behind me here that we're going to cover today. For those of you who are watching regularly, we missed the last 2 weeks. Before I really get into it, can everybody hear me okay? If someone can just write me a message in the chat if you can hear me okay, that's great. I just want to make sure that the sound and the video is good for everyone. Okay, and can everybody read the text? So can everybody read the board here? Okay, awesome. Yeah, so today we're doing IELTS reading, academic. If you're studying general IELTS, that's okay. If you can do academic IELTS well, then you can do general IELTS well. So don't worry. I'm going to teach you some strategies today for the reading section and also answer questions that you have about the IELTS reading section. I'm sitting on a stool right now, and for those of you who follow these classes regularly, we didn't have any classes for the last 2 weeks because unfortunately I broke my leg playing hockey 2 weeks ago, so it's taking me some to get but now the pain is less and I have a bit more energy, so I'm starting the lessons up again. Yeah, I'm not too happy about the broken leg either. It's never a good time, but life happens. It's a part of sports. Okay, so again, this material, as you can see, it's taken from www.aehelp.com. We have 6 full practice exams, an interactive course, 40 lesson videos. So to learn lots, you can always visit us there and join. Also, these days I'm helping students with the speaking section of the IELTS. So if you want to do speaking practice interviews, then send me an email. So my name, Adrian at aehelp.com. I am broadcasting to you right now live from West Coast, British Columbia, Canada. Here it is just 10:30 in the morning. And next month I will be in Europe, so the times will change. I will be broadcasting to you live from Europe, from Budapest. The times will be a little bit better for Eastern countries like India, the Philippines, China, and so on when we get there. Awesome, guys. So again, just a quick review from a couple weeks ago. I hope you're always learning vocabulary every day when you're studying for the IELTS. Anybody remember how many new words you should learn each day? Anybody know how many new words you should learn each day for the IELTS exam when you start to practice for IELTS? Yeah, that's right, Nadia. 3 to 5. So 3 to 5 new words, guys. And I usually teach a couple of vocabulary each day. I will do that with the lesson today. So as we read through it, when we come across a new word, I will help you to understand it. Okay, so again, this material is coming from aehelp.com. This is a academic IELTS reading passage. The title is Lotteries, Positive, Good, or Unnecessary Wrong. First question, guys. Nice to see some of you guys back, by the way. DJ Sasa, I remember you watching these. Nadia, I know you're watching these regularly. So thank you for staying with me, even though I had this broken leg situation. Okay, guys, so let's get into the reading. First is a question for you. When you're sitting the IELTS exam, you get to the reading section. What is your first step? What should you do? What is the first step that you should take when you open up your reading section and you look at the reading passage? What is the first step? Okay, reading the subject, reading the title. Some of you are saying, not scanning, Dalim. Scanning is not a good strategy to get over 6. I'm going to say that a lot, but remember, guys, scanning and skimming is not a good way to get high scores on IELTS. It's good for low scores, but not high scores. Okay, the very first step that you should do, guys, is, yeah, absolutely, some of you are saying that, is read the title. So a lot of students skip the title. They think it's not necessary to read the title. That's a very bad idea. The title gives you the topic, and it gives you a good idea of what the passage might be about. In this case, that's very true. So you have the topic here, lotteries, and then you even have some more information here, positive good or unnecessary wrong. So I read the title. When I read the title, what should I do? What's my next step? Remember, guys, there's 3 main strategies, so 3 key strategies that you have to follow for the IELTS exam. Yeah, Ari, absolutely, you're right. You have to ask questions, okay? Use critical thinking. Guys, critical thinking, in this case, critical reading, is key to get a high score for the reading section. This means you have to ask questions, okay? So the first question that you should ask here is, what is a lottery? Okay, so what is a lottery? Anybody know what a lottery is? So what is a lottery? What does it mean, lottery? Can someone tell me what is the definition of a lottery? It's not a jackpot. A jackpot is a part of the lottery. A ticket is a part of the lottery. Winning money is a part of the lottery. Okay, Paraskevi, you're closer. It's gambling. It's a form of gambling, right? It's a game, absolutely. So it's gambling. It's a game. What type of gambling is it? What type of game is it? So think critically. Think clearly. What type of game is it? It's a game to win money. Yep. And how do you play it? So how do you play the lottery? There's random selection. There's an unexpected chance or luck. It's played with numbers. Those are some excellent answers, Manushi, Sachin, and Paraskevi. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing your name wrong. Yeah, absolutely. So somebody buys a ticket. They have a chance of winning a jackpot, which is much more than the price of the ticket. Okay, so that's how we play the lottery. And then, of course, the third question. So what's the third question? I just said, what is a lottery? How do we play the lottery? What is a third question that we have to ask so that we understand the passage more clearly and quickly? Good morning, Chan. Why? That's right, DJ Sasa. So why? Always the why question, guys. Remember the why question. Now, some of you might think, hey, what is Adrian doing? This takes so much time. We don't have time in the reading. That's not true, okay? You need to practice this at home, asking the what, why, how question, answering it quickly. When you do this, you actually save time. So you will be able to read faster, and very importantly, you will understand much more clearly the passage when you take these first steps. So it's actually a faster way to do things, okay? So why? Okay, why? Why do we gamble? Why do people play the lottery? Why do people play the lottery? Anybody? Because somebody needs money. Yeah, so people, Idar, absolutely, they play the lottery because they want to win. They need money. Yeah, they need money because they want money to help change their life. They have a chance to get a lot of money. It might be able to give them a chance to travel, to quit their job, do something they like more, etc. So there are lots of reasons people play the lottery, but the main reason, of course, is to get the prize, to get that money prize. Okay, people want to be rich. Absolutely, Arturo. Absolutely. Okay, so that's lotteries. We asked what, why, how. Now, if you're lucky and you're sitting in the IELTS, you have some more information here in the title, which is positive good or unnecessary wrong. So that's a very, very nice part of the title in this situation. It really gives you a lot of help to predict what this passage will be about. Why do you think they ask this question? So why does the writer ask the question positive good or unnecessary evil? So, or unnecessary wrong? Why does the writer ask the question positive good or unnecessary wrong? What is the goal of including a question like this in the title? Can somebody tell me that? Rinijan Gadekar, pros and cons, to present two different aspects. Absolutely, yeah. So it's telling you that basically this passage will be some sort of a debate. It's going to present the two sides of an argument of lotteries. Absolutely. Why might lotteries be wrong? So I think most of us can guess very quickly why it's good, because it gives people hope. It gives them a chance for a lot of money. Those people who win can live a wealthier life. Why might it be wrong? So why might it be an unnecessary wrong? Why might a lottery be negative? Nadia says it can become an addiction. Absolutely. Definitely. Gambling addiction is a problem for a lot of people around the world. So that's a very good prediction. So it can be an addiction. What else can it be? What else? You lose your money. Yeah, and it's a waste of time. Absolutely, guys. Very good, Manushi. Very good, Nora. It's an addiction. It's a waste of time. It could even be illegal, Dalim. Very nice prediction there. People stop working. Absolutely. And usually, of course, what's an important question with lotteries? With lotteries, you should be asking, what are the chances that you're going to win? So it can be demotivational. Yeah, so you can lose motivation. Absolutely, Manushi. And what are the chances of winning a lottery? So if I play the lottery, what are my chances of winning? Paraskevi, absolutely. False hopes. Yeah, because your chances are few or far between. They're very small, Jesse. Absolutely. Nora says 0.00000. Yeah, I think some people say that your chance of winning a lottery, a national lottery, is worse than getting struck by lightning. So most people have a better chance of getting hit by lightning than winning the lottery. Bavaria, I don't think it's 1%. I think it's much less than 1%. I think Nora was a bit more accurate with the 0.0001%. Okay, so we read the title. We made some great predictions. That's excellent. Of course, when you're doing the IELTS, you need to do this very quickly, within a matter of seconds or a minute. So here we stretched it out so you get a clear idea, but when you're sitting the official test, do it fast. So practice this at home. You have to practice this at home. Don't just think, oh, when I get to the IELTS, I'll have no problem. I can do it. That's not true. Practice it at home and you'll do much better. You'll be much faster, okay? So make sure you practice this at home. Again, you can get 6 practice exams from our website, ahelp.com for academic IELTS, gieltshelp.com for general IELTS. Okay, so you read the title, you made the predictions. What's your next step? So what do you do next? After you read the title, you make your predictions, you use critical thinking, you ask what, why, how about the title. What is your next step? What should you do after this? Okay, what is step number 2? Yeah, Manushi, very good. Yeah, so look at the questions, okay? Look at the questions. Suman, careful. It's not read the questions, but look at the questions. So here we can look at the questions. Okay. Should we read all the questions? So when we look at the questions, should we read the questions? So we look at the questions carefully, but do we read them? Do we read all the questions? Okay, Mohammed says no, and Shilpa says no. Another Mohammed says yes. Idar says, yes, of course. So interesting. You are giving me some very mixed opinions. About half of you are saying yes, half of you are saying no. So obviously this is an interesting point, and students get different ideas from different teachers. I'm going to give you a strategy that is about logic. So using your logic, okay? So the correct answer here is yes and no. Okay, you need to. It depends on. Okay, Fatime says it depends on the question. Fatime, what do you mean it depends on the question? So you're absolutely right. Fatime is correct. You only read some questions. Which questions should you read and which questions should you not read? Or another way I can ask you this is, what information should you read in the questions, and what information should you not read in the questions? So DJ Sasa says, don't read true, false, not given. You're absolutely correct. Why not? Why should I not read true, false, not given questions before the passage? There's a very logical answer for this, guys. So there is a very logical way of knowing which questions to read and which questions not to read. Okay, Meet Patel says because they're confusing. Absolutely right. So read questions before the passage that have information which is in the passage. Do not read questions before the passage that have false or not given information for the passage. Okay, does everybody understand what I just said? It's very important that you understand this. So do not read questions that have extra or wrong information. Okay, that includes true, false, not given. That includes answers to multiple choice questions. That includes the answers for matching sentence endings. Okay, all of that information is extra or confusing information that's not in the passage. So if you read it before the passage, then you will be confused when you're giving the answers at the end, and you will get a lot of them wrong. Okay, so only read information which is in the passage of the reading. For example, summary completion questions, okay? When you have a summary completion question, that summary question will be a paraphrase of the passage, and it's good to read it before the passage. Sachin, it's not decoding the Da Vinci Code, but it's using simple logic, okay? If I'm going to read a passage and then answer questions, I should not confuse myself with false or extra information from the questions, okay? So if you look at the first one here, so it says the reading passage has 6 paragraphs. Which paragraph contains the following information? Should I read this question before the passage? So this one, should I read it before the passage? It's information content. So which paragraph contains this information? Should I read it before the passage? Yes, absolutely, guys. Yes, 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 because this information is in the passage, okay? It's telling you that. It says which paragraph contains this information. So this information will be in the passage in each paragraph. So read it, okay? Of course, remember, these are paraphrased, so don't skim and scan because you're not going to find these sentences. They're paraphrased from the passage, but they're in the passage. So the problem of gambling addiction, those less fortunate are more likely to play the lottery, the legality of lotteries, the financial incentive for governments to run lotteries, community initiatives are funded by lottery proceeds. Okay, so read these and then look at the next question. So the next question is true, false, not given. Should I read the true, false, not given question? Should I be reading the true, false, not given question? No, absolutely not. Yeah, no. I don't know which of these are true. I don't know which of them are false. I don't know which of them are not given. So I don't want to read these because they're just going to confuse me before I begin reading. Okay? So don't read this question. All right, then let's go to the next one. So the next one here is a paragraph completion question, okay? Lotteries as reverse insurance, okay? Should I read this question? So should I read this paragraph completion question? Hi, everyone who's joining. Nasir says yes. Redeema says yes. Absolutely, guys. Read this one. Scan it, skim it, read it before the passage. Don't read the answers because there could be some false answers. But just read the paragraph with the blank. So the reason why people play the lottery can be viewed in terms of what is called reverse insurance. People buy insurance in order to prevent an accident from making them bankrupt. They pay small amounts each month so they don't have to pay the whole price of the done. Like the lottery corporations, insurance companies turn a something in the long run. With insurance, we pay small amounts to avoid paying a massive amount. With the lottery, we pay small amounts so we may win the something. From this perspective, the lottery's something makes a lot of sense. Okay. So that is the paragraph. We read it. It gives us an idea. If we look at this paragraph completion question, what do you think the passage will talk about as well? So, yeah, you don't need to read the blanks. Just leave them for now. If you're a quick thinker, you could actually get some of these blanks without reading the passage just by knowing words. But anyway, you shouldn't do that. So read the passage first. Yeah, Hike says insurance. Absolutely. So we can tell from reading this question that there will be some mention of insurance in this passage. What is an insurance? Anybody? What is insurance? What does that word mean? What does the word insurance mean? An insurance is not a loan. It's not a loan, guys. It's a type of policy. That's right. It's a specific kind of policy. It's a policy to guarantee safety in many situations. That's right. It's a policy against risk. Nice definition, Mohammed Rafi. Exactly. It's a policy against risk. A beautiful way to explain insurance. So we're basically betting money that if something bad happens, then we don't get into too much trouble. So it's a type of reverse lottery. Okay, so let's now read the passage. We've looked at the question. So the next step here, of course, is to read the passage. So let's do that, and we will apply some critical reading here as we're doing this, okay? Can everybody see this okay? Yeah, I hope so. All right, I'll move my head out of the way. Move it over a little bit like that. All right, so now, when you are practicing reading, quick question. How much time should you spend on reading the passage? If you want to get a band score 6, 7, 8, how much time should you spend to read each passage in the academic? Okay, some of you are saying 3 minutes. No, definitely not 3 minutes, guys. You can't read the passage in 3 minutes. 10 to 12, okay? 10 to 12 minutes on the passage, not 10 to 12. 15 is too much, guys. 15 means that you don't have time for the questions. So 15 is too much, okay? It's 10 to 12 minutes. 10 to 12 minutes, all right? You should have about 8 to 10 minutes for the questions, okay? So practice that timing at home. If you're slower than 12 minutes, then you need to increase your reading fluency, okay? So this is about the speed that you need to read. It's not too fast. Okay, a native speaker can do this no problem. A native speaker with high school education can read one of these passages clearly in about 6 to 7 minutes. Okay, so you have almost twice as much time. All right, so here we go. Lotteries, positive, good, or unnecessary wrong. Paragraph A. A lottery is a form of gambling where contestants purchase tickets, with one or more tickets being drawn as winners at the end of the competition period. Often, there's a jackpot winner who wins most or all of the prize pool. Today, national lottery jackpots can range from millions to hundreds of millions of dollars. It wasn't long ago that lotteries were outlawed almost everywhere in the world. Today, lotteries are legal in North America, Australia, and much of Europe and Asia. A question is raised over what has changed to make something previously seen as negative for society become common across the globe. If gambling is bad, why are lotteries so popular and why do governments support them? Okay, so that is paragraph 1. Now, some critical reading. What is this paragraph about? Can anybody give me the answer? What is this paragraph about? Anybody know? What is it about? The nature of lottery. Very good, Mohammed. Yeah, absolutely. It's about the nature of lottery or the history of lottery. Yeah. It talks about the past and present of lottery. Okay, why does the paragraph talk about the history of lottery or the existence of lottery in human history? So why does this paragraph introduce the history? Why does it introduce the history of lottery? It's to give an idea of the main topic, yes, but not just that. So this is a very important question. It's very important that all of you can answer the why questions quickly and clearly. That's how you get a high score in IELTS, by the way, guys. If you can answer why for each paragraph quickly, clearly, I promise you will get 7 or more on your IELTS exam. So why does this person introduce this history of lottery? Because it's controversial. Anybody know the meaning of the word controversial? Anybody know the meaning of the word controversial? It means it's argumentative. It means people argue about it. It means people argue about whether it's good or bad, useful or damaging. So it's argued from two sides. That's right. It's controversial. So the author introduces the history of the lottery in paragraph A because lotteries have been a controversial form of entertainment for humans throughout society. And how does the author show this? So how does the author show that lotteries have been controversial? Anybody? How does the author show? So this is the what, why, how. How does the author in this paragraph show the reader that lotteries are controversial throughout history? Well, the author says, yes, there is a rhetorical question in there, Mohammed. Very good. Yeah, absolutely. So that emphasizes the controversy. If gambling is bad, why are lotteries so popular and why do governments support them? Yeah, and also it says that it wasn't long ago that lotteries were outlawed almost everywhere in the world. Today, lotteries are legal in North America, Australia, and much of Europe. So here we have an explanation that lotteries were illegal. Now in many places they are legal. So the author is showing us in this way that lotteries are very controversial. All right, let's go to the next paragraph. So people buy lottery tickets for one chief reason. They want to win the jackpot. In the long run, lotteries are a bad bet. The odds of winning are always stacked against the player. That is to say, the long-term expected return on the player's money is significantly less than the money paid for the tickets. This is how the lottery corporations make money on the lottery. The payout is far less than the revenue of the ticket sales, and the government takes the difference. If 1 million tickets are sold at $5 a piece and the jackpot is $3 million, then the government has made $2 million of profit in the process. We are forced to question why lotteries are so popular given their poor value for players. It's because of the thrill of possibly winning the jackpot. The anticipation of a life-changing win for the ticket purchaser is worth the money. It's the same reason why people gamble at casinos. Many people know they are not going to win in the long run at a casino, but the short-term thrill makes up for the long-term losses. All right. So can everybody hear me okay there? All right. Okay. So, excellent. Okay, so what is this paragraph about? What is this paragraph about, guys? I like to gamble sometimes, but I'm very, very picky and choosy when I gamble, to answer your question, DJ Sasa. What is this paragraph about? Can anybody tell me what this paragraph is about? It's simply about the lottery business, how lotteries function. Yeah, the function of the lottery. Okay, so a couple of quick questions here. Why do governments allow lotteries? So why do governments have lotteries? Simple answers, guys. We need simple answers here. So simple, clear English answers. Why do governments run lotteries? Because of the huge profits they make. Very good. Paraskevi, very good. Okay, because they make profit. Why do people play the lottery? Why do people play the lottery? They play for the thrill. Yeah, absolutely. So it gives us a sense of excitement. They play to win. They play for the money. They play out of greed. Yes, for the jackpot. It says all of these, okay? All right, so good. Let's keep going. See, so I want to get a little bit of momentum here with you now. All right, the main argument against lotteries is that it acts as a tax on the poor, and such a tax is unfair. This is because statistics show that poor people are by far the most common purchasers of lottery tickets. There are two reasons why this could be the case. First, poor people have the most to gain by winning the lottery. Second, poor people are arguably less likely to have a statistical understanding of the lottery. They are less likely to realize that it is a bad bet. Okay, what is paragraph C about? So let's move quickly here, guys. I want to get you in a rhythm. So what is paragraph C about? Simple answer, in your own words. Yes, it's about the poor community. Yes, you definitely need to read the entire passage during the test, Manushi. It's about a con of the lottery. So keep it simple, guys. It's about the effect on the poor people. Even more accurate, it's about the negative effect of the lottery on poor people. Why is it bad for poor people? Why are lotteries bad for poor people? Because it's like an unfair tax. That's right, Redeema. It's like an unfair tax. Why is it an unfair tax for poor people? Why are lotteries an unfair tax for poor people? They are being played. That's right, Cons. Why are they being played? How are they being played? They lack knowledge to realize that they're going to lose their money. Absolutely. So they lack the knowledge. And they're losing the little money that they have. Absolutely. So it's more risky for them. Yeah. Okay. Good. So let's read paragraph D. The main argument in favor of lotteries is that it is harmless fun which the main argument in favor of lotteries is that it is harmless fun which results in tax income that often goes straight to community programs such as sports or the arts. Many community programs rely solely on the lottery finances to operate. So in this sense, the lottery is a positive good. However, there are many people, often poor people, who become obsessed with gambling and the lottery, and it starts to take over their lives. For these people, the lottery is detrimental. So what is this paragraph about? What is this paragraph? Paragraph D, what is that about? Yeah, it's two different things. One is addiction to lottery, and the other is the advantage of lottery. What is the advantage of lottery in this paragraph? So it's talking about the profit of lottery being used for good. How? How is the profit of lottery used for good? Yeah, for institutions which benefit from the profit. That's right, Arab 130. Yeah, so there are a lot of institutions that are funded by the lottery, community programs and so forth, which benefit from the monies earned from the lottery. Absolutely. And then at the end of this paragraph, it does change to talking about the addiction of lottery and the obsession of lottery and how terrible that is for some people. Okay. Couple more paragraphs here, two more. Let's look at E. Down here a little bit for you. Okay, one interesting way to look at the lottery and why people participate in it is to imagine it as a kind of reverse insurance. Aha, remember what we were reading in that question. People buy insurance for their home or car so that if something bad happens to it, they do not have to pay the entire cost of the damage. In other words, they pay a little bit each month so that they don't have to pay a large amount at one time. They pay these smaller amounts to insurance companies, and those insurance companies make money in the long run. So paying insurance is not a good bet either, just like the lottery. With the lottery, we pay little amounts every once in a while so that maybe we will hit the jackpot. With insurance, we pay a little to save a lot, and with the lottery, we pay a little to win a lot. When looked at in this way, the popularity of the lottery is more easily understood. Okay, so what is this paragraph about? What is paragraph E about? Anybody tell me what paragraph E is about? Yes, absolutely, Hike. Comparing lottery to insurance. Why? Why are we comparing lottery to insurance? Why are we comparing the lottery to the insurance? Yeah, they have similar functions. Absolutely, Arab one. In both cases, people are paying small amounts of money to gain large amounts of money in one way or another. The insurance is basically the inverse of the lottery. Excellent. Okay, let's look at paragraph F, last paragraph for this passage. Here we go. When it comes down to it, lotteries are a choice. Yes, they amount to a tax, but so do the monthly fees we pay to insurance companies. If people want to pay a few dollars here and there for a little fun, excitement, and a small chance to win a monstrous amount of money, then what's the harm? Additionally, lottery monies fund many valuable community programs which otherwise would have trouble operating. Playing the lottery responsibly is fun, exciting, and maybe, just maybe, extremely profitable. Okay, what is paragraph F about? So what is this concluding paragraph about? That lottery is fun and exciting. It can be. It's about the advantages of lottery. The topic sentence here is very important in this paragraph. What does it say about lotteries? That at the end of the day, what is a lottery for the player? Yes, Chitra, to buy a lottery or not. At the end of the day, it's a choice. So do you have to buy the lottery ticket? You know, you have to pay taxes. So if you live in a country where you have tax, you have to pay taxes on your earnings. Otherwise, it's illegal. But do you have to buy a lottery ticket? Yeah, it's everybody's own responsibility. It's not your duty. So you don't have to buy a lottery ticket, right? It's a choice, and if you choose to play the lottery, then you have to accept the reality that it's usually not a good bet, and in most cases you're going to lose your money. But at least you can be happy knowing that you're probably funding some sort of a community program. So that's why it's good. Okay, so you read the full passage. That's great. Again, remember 10 minutes, 10 to 12 minutes is how much time you should spend on the passage. And then you get to the questions. So let's look at the questions. Let's answer these questions. And I will try to hobble on my one foot here to put these up there for you. Okay, so we look at the questions. Now, if you're doing IELTS this way, so you're using your critical thinking skills, you're using your critical reading skills, then you should not have to look at the passage for each answer. Skimming and scanning is really bad strategy for high IELTS scores because it looks crazy. Because when people are doing that, they're flipping their pages like this in the IELTS exam, and it's just nuts, and they're looking for every answer in the passage, flipping back and forth. That's not a good way. A much better way, if you have an intermediate English skill, is to answer a lot of the questions without looking at the passage. You should be able to answer the questions from just reading and understanding. So let's do that now, okay? So question number 1, the problem of gambling addiction. So which paragraph includes the information about the problem of gambling addiction? Anybody? And you said this. Cons, very good. Yeah, we even highlighted this, guys. Don't forget, remember, we said in paragraph D, we said the main argument in favor of lotteries is that it's harmless fun, and then at the end it says that it's detrimental for people who become obsessed. So become obsessed is paraphrased here with addiction, okay? So addiction and become obsessed is the paraphrased part here. So the answer is D, and if you just give me a moment, I'm going to try to get this answer there for you. I have a air cast on so I can move a little bit. Okay, so it's D. All right, number 2, those less fortunate are more likely to play the lottery. Which paragraph contains number 2? Those less fortunate are more likely to play the lottery. Yeah, you should be. Yeah, I'm being careful, guys. Don't worry. I have an air cast on my leg, so yeah, so if you know, of course, for this type of question, you might need to look, but you should know that this was somewhere near the beginning because it says that the main argument against lotteries is that it acts as a tax on the poor, and we know that this is coming from C. So very good for those of you who said C, okay? Okay. Number 3, the legality of lotteries. Number 3, the legality of lotteries. I think Manushi is already answering this one. By the way, guys, the questions are in the stream description. Okay, so the stream description has the questions. questions. Okay? Um, all right. So, yeah, legality, A. That's the paragraph that tells us that lotteries were illegal for most of history, and recently they became legal. Very good. Okay, number 4, the financial incentives for governments to run lotteries. Number 4, guys. Yeah, Elmir, this video will be on the channel about 1 hour after the live stream's finished. So the financial incentives, remember, we talked about this, guys. Again, this is why you're doing critical reading. We said that the government turns a profit by selling less tickets than the total amount of the prize money. Again, remember, you can use one paragraph, answer more than once. So this one is paragraph, it's not E, guys. It's not E. It's B. Remember, paragraph B says that if the government sells 1 million tickets at $5 and the jackpot is 3 million, then they make $2 million. So the answer here is B. Okay? The answer here is B. It was at the beginning of the paragraph. All right. And number 5, community initiatives are funded by lottery proceeds. That one you should remember. That was later on. So community incentives. Yes, Manushi, yes. You can have sometimes more than one paragraph repeat in this type of a question. Okay? So for this one, the answer is D. Okay? So here we have D again. I know you guys don't have the reading close to you, so you kind of remember it as close to the end. So if you remembered, oh, it was somewhere near the end, one of the last couple paragraphs. Yeah, it was well, the middle, but anyway, D is the correct one. D is the one that says the main argument in favor of lotteries is that it's harmless fun, which results in tax income that goes straight to community programs. So paragraph D said that, okay? D. All right. Okay, so that's it for this question. Let's look at the next question. Just give me 1 second here so I can erase what I put up there for you. Okay. Okay. So let's go to the true, false, not given. Number 6. Now with true, false, not given, I did a full lesson on a strategy for true, false, not given. And I think some of you today watched that video, okay? So true, false, not given, I know it creates many problems for people, but there are some very logical ways to solve these questions. Does anybody remember what the best strategy is for true, false, not given? Before we look at the answers? What is the strategy for true, false, not given? I am in British Columbia. Awesome. So what is the correct strategy for true, false, not given type questions? What should you do? Not keywords. Keywords are important always in questions, as paraphrasing them. We definitely ignore them before the passage. So what do we do? Yeah, we don't read them before the passage. Paraphrasing any question is important. Synonyms, antonym, negatives. Yeah, you need to ask yourself some questions. Shilpa, do you remember the class about true, false, not given? Do you remember what kind of question you should ask yourself when you're doing this? Yes, Ari, very good. Is the question important? Okay, so ask yourself, is the question important for the topic, for the passage? Okay, so that's the first question you should ask. Is it important for the passage? So number 1, lotteries are outlawed almost everywhere. Is it important for the passage whether or not lotteries are legal? Is it important to know whether or not lotteries are legal. Yes, it's important. Okay, so yes, it is. It's important. Okay, so the answer there is yes. So when the answer is yes, it's important, then we need to ask another question. What's the second question that we ask? So is it important? Yes, it is. So if it's important, it has to be either true or false. So we have to ask another question. The next question that we ask is it true? So is it true that lotteries are outlawed almost everywhere? Is it true that lotteries are outlawed almost everywhere? Lo Nguyen says no. Mohammed says no. No, no, no. Yeah. Paragraph A says that lotteries today are legal in Australia, North America, most of Asia. So is it true? No, it's not true. Okay. So the answer here is no, it's not true. So number 6 is what? The answer for number 6 then is false. That's right. Okay. So number 6 is false. All right. Remember, it's are. Okay. Are is present tense. All right. It means today, now. And the passage tells us that today lotteries are legal in many parts of the world. So it's not true that they're outlawed almost everywhere. Outlawed means illegal. Okay. So the answer here is false. So again, the strategy is ask yourself, is it important for the topic? And then ask, is it true or is it false? Okay, let's look at number 7 and we'll do the same. So number 7, in the long run, a person who plays the lottery should expect to lose money. Is it important? So is number 7, is that important for this topic, whether or not people lose or win? Is it important? Yes, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Sachin, Fatima. Yeah, absolutely. It's important. Okay, it's important. So is it true? Is it true that people who play lottery time and time again in the long run should expect to lose money? Is it true? Yes, it is. Lubna says, Faizan says it's true. Absolutely, it's true. So it's true. Okay? So it's true. Okay? So number 7 answer is true. People who play lottery in the long run will expect to lose money. Okay? It is given because the paraphrase in the passage is that it's a bad bet. Okay? All right. Number 8, lotteries are popular because they serve as a pleasurable diversion from everyday life. Is it important to know that lotteries are a diversion from everyday life? First question, is it important to know that lotteries are a diversion from everyday life? No, not really, right? If you're not sure, this is the type of question that you could skip, come back to later, but it's not really an important topic for lotteries, whether it's a pleasurable diversion or not from everyday life. So here we don't ask a second question because we know it's not important for this topic. So simply number 8 is not given. Okay? Again, if you're not sure, so if you don't know, sometimes students ask me, well, Adrian, what if I don't know if it's important for the topic or not? Then I say, skip that question, come back to it later at the end, okay? So it's not given. Number 9, many people play the lottery without an understanding of its statistical background. Is it important to know the statistics of lottery for this topic? So should we be familiar with understanding the statistics of how lottery works? Yes, absolutely, guys. Yes, it's important. The whole point of lotteries and the way they work is the statistics, your chances of winning. So chances of winning means statistics. Your chances of winning the lottery is the statistics of the lottery. It's very important for this topic. Is it true that many people play the lottery without understanding the statistics? Is it true? Do many people play lottery without really knowing their chance of winning? Yes, absolutely. Yeah. That's why in many countries now it's illegal to sell lotteries without telling the people the chances of winning, right? You can't sell a lottery ticket to someone and not tell them the chance of winning. So it's very true, okay? So the last one is true. Okay, so the correct answers here are false, true, not given, and true. Okay, so again, that's the strategy for true, false, not given. It's very effective. It makes this type of question a much easier type of question. But you have to practice it at home. Okay, this is a strategy, again, that you must practice at home to be quick and effective at it. I've seen so many students who had a lot of difficulty with true, false, not given. They only got 1 or 2 correct. After they practiced this strategy 2-3 times, they said it was one of the easier questions and they got almost all of them correct, okay? So, yes, it's stated in the passage. I'll show you guys where it's stated, that last one, if you're not sure. It says that... for poor people who play the lottery, there are 2 reasons why it's bad for poor people. First, poor people have the most to gain by winning the lottery. Second, poor people are arguably less likely to have a statistical understanding of the lottery. They are less likely to realize that it is a bad bet. So the last 2 sentences of paragraph C includes the answer for question number 9. Okay? All right, guys, last set of questions here. It's the paragraph completion. So with the paragraph completion, the strategy is that you should try to fill in the blanks without looking at the choices, okay? Try to fill in the blanks without looking at the choices. If you can do that, then you can find the correct choice. All right, so let's do this paragraph completion. Lotteries as reverse insurance. And again, you don't have to go back to the passage. Save time, be quick, be confident, okay? All right, here we go. So the reason why people play lottery can be viewed in terms of what is called reverse insurance. People buy insurance in order to prevent an accident from making them bankrupt. They pay small amounts each month so they don't have to pay the whole price of the something done. What do you think goes into the something? What is the blank number 10? What makes sense? So what can go into the space for number 10 here that you think is a good word? Number 10. Okay, Chitra says damage. Absolutely. Damage done, right? So insurance pays for the damage done. So here, if we look at the choices below, we can see that there's damage. And damage is the correct answer, so A. Okay, like the lottery corporations, insurance companies turn something in the long run. What do lottery corporations and insurance companies do in the long run? What do they make? Number 11, guys. Number 11. Yeah, they make profit. That's right. So again, don't look at the choices. Just try to answer from your own ideas, okay, first, before you choose. So they make money. Okay, they make money. And what is money? Money is profit. So the correct answer here is F. Okay, so they make money. There, you don't see the word money here, but you see the word profit. And profit is making money. Okay. With insurance, we pay small amounts to avoid paying a massive amounts. With the lottery, we pay small amounts, so we might win the... What goes there? What goes into number 12? Try not to read the answer. Just tell me what goes in there. You should know this because some of you said it before we even started the reading. Yeah, Kun says jackpot. That's right. So jackpot is G. Okay? So the answer there is G. Okay? Yeah, jackpot. All right. Next one. From this perspective, the lotteries, something makes a lot of sense. From this perspective, the lotteries, something makes a lot of sense. What goes into number 13? Popularity. That's right. The popularity, right? People want to win the jackpot. It's a thrill. So the popularity makes a lot of sense. So the answer there is C. Okay, so 10 is A, 11 is F, 12 is G, 13 is C. Okay, excellent, guys. So that's an example of a reading passage for academic IELTS. It's an example of how to solve content questions, paragraph completion, true, false, not given. Again, this video will be up on our channel in the next hour, so you can review it. The material is coming from our website at aehelp.com for academic IELTS. If you're studying general IELTS, please go to www.gieltshelp.com. So that's GIELTS as in general IELTShelp.com. Okay. If you want to book private lessons for IELTS speaking through Skype, then you can send me an email at adrian@aehelp.com. So my name at aehelp.com, adrian@aehelp.com. Send me an email here. Say that you want to learn with me for the speaking section. You want to do practice for the IELTS speaking, and then I will let you know when I have time. Again, I will be back tomorrow. My broken leg is getting better and better each day, so I will be here tomorrow as well. Thank you so much for watching today. If you enjoyed these lessons, please do check out our websites. Join us there. You can also sponsor with Super Chat. Thank you guys for wishing me to get better soon. I'm doing everything I can to heal quickly. And I will be back tomorrow. I will choose another lesson where I can kind of do it mostly from a sitting position. So I look forward to seeing you tomorrow at the same time for another lesson. Have an awesome day. Keep studying for IELTS. You will improve. You will pass. We are all cheering for you. Thank you for watching. Much love to all of you. Have a wonderful day or a wonderful night. Thank you. Bye-bye.